Alright, let's start quickly and end quickly. Start quickly and end quickly. Because the horror of 149 continues. 37th try. Oh, I guess I need to spend some blood shards.
What? I didn't even know I had that thing. Don't be shy. Don't forget, luck always changes. Are you ready? Don't forget, luck always changes.
Alright. Is today the day? Well, we'll find out. We shall find out. 149. 37th try. Not looking like it, but red fallen. Not with this opening. Let's check floor 2.
Not ready yet.
I mean, I can probably try a bit of like damage control here, maybe.
Not ready yet.
Oculus ring.
Need more time.
Not likely, but I'm just gonna try to get a few percents from a spot that's like, you know, slightly more optimal with the number of tall overseers. And then I'll check floor 2, like I said, because that's what I've been trying to get to anyways.
Not ready yet.
Yeah, see, this part gave me like, what, 5%? Just about.
Need more time.
Yep, 5.5-ish, probably. Is it left or is it right? This spot is also pretty good
I'm still waiting.
play, but this is a lot of work. Like, a lot of work.
Not ready yet.
This might be too much work. But
Need more time.
we'll give it a shot with the progress bar.
Not ready yet.
I'm already behind anyways, might as well just try out a little bit of how much this can give. Probably like 8% in here.
I'm still waiting.
Well, maybe less because I thought there was more.
Not ready yet.
Probably another 5% just now. I thought more arrived. You know,
I'm still waiting.
yep, 6%. Yep. I thought it was 8% because I thought I had more. 11% channeling, nice. Well, that says a lot. What is this? Electrified. Alright. Floor 2 wasn't it anyways, but yeah, 11% channeling. Alright, so let's write this down. 37th. Try fail. 4-1 halls of agony with red fallen. 11% progress channeling pylon. 2 minutes behind. 4-2 check is at 1 crypt. Alright, so we have that to go. Let's try 38. Okay, super hot graveyard. With the ghost pack to start. And it's Hulks with double blue, so at least that's a thing. So I think the other play to do this is to make a big pull, and then I have to go floor 2. Like, make a big pull and go floor 2. Because I don't have the kills to burn this blues. Now, they are getting hurt really fast, but one of them is a shielding blue. So I have to, like, gather this and move. Wow, there's lots of blues on this graveyard. The sad part is I can't play like this forever. Wow, this is such a good, like, floor 2. If it was a floor 2, it would have been fine. It's bad for a floor 1. Yeah, this is a bad floor 1. Like, there's like 2 different sections that I can use. This is just bad floor 1. Okay. Is there a possibility of kills? Okay, well, this is a kills floor. It's painful, but it's a kills floor. But the only other problem is, would I go back to floor 1 after this, though? So I set up for no reason, right? This is like a kills-ish, but it's like super hot. Yeah, with this ghost, it's almost like playing with Valas. But of course, Valas would have been deadly against ghosts either way. But with Fortress being pulled so hard also, it doesn't matter. And I spent time on the first floor, so this is like... This is like a very rough to like catch back the time, but you can see like I'm actually gaining kills, right? So the strategy from this ghostly trio is that you can get kills. I guess I'll use this ring. But like, you can get kills. Well, this is illusionist too, so that helped with the... Wow, this is a lot of kills. Now the blue doesn't want to follow. So this is a lot of kills, but the blue doesn't want to follow. That's so sad. Like, then what? What am I gonna do with this number of kills, huh? This is like 1,000 kills for no blues, because this blue doesn't want to follow. This is so sad. What's floor 3? Yeah, that's not happening. Alright, so that's a bust. So, it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It's nice, but I can't do anything with that. With that. 38 try fail. Floor 1 graveyard with Hulks and 2 blues. The blues are nice. Floor 2 archives. Ghostly trio for 89 kills, but not enough elites. Like, but 1 blue, I think. 1 blue illusionist, and then floor 3 is archives again, but fire shamans full-fledged. All right, so that was 38th try. Well, these tries are going fast, so let's just. All right, let's see this. 39th. This can work. Just a slow start, but this can work. This is like, I mean, if it was a ghostly trio, it would have been fine as well. Just that ghostly trio takes a long time to build the progression. This is easier to build progression, but it just looks awful. It just looks awful, but it's like good progress. Nice 5% here. Yep. Now the problem is that this next 2 spots will be like a turning point, right? The turning point is whether they will ruin the floor or not. So you can see like the first start was really nice. This is the part that's gonna be like a turning point. And the turning point is that it's not as easy to get the percentage. I'm losing time for the same amount of progress that I did on the first 5%. So this 5% is slower than the other 5%. And this is where the game starts to turn. I mean, it's gonna be 6%, right? But like, it's still slower than the first 5%. Alright, 11%. And I got a yellow elite, so that's not good. Oh, that's bad. It just turned sideways right there. So, this is gonna be really bad now because I don't have a blue. I need a blue at minimum somewhere for this first Ring of Fire. And nope. I just got a second yellow. And I said it's gonna turn really fast. Like, I'm showing how silly this is. It's, and I think one of them is a Juggernaut. Did I see it or something? No. Thought I saw something. I've read it differently. Okay. Well, I think maybe there's a blue up ahead, right? Nope, it's not a blue. It's a third yellow. As I saw the ground, like on the ground, you can see. There's too many. Yep, the whole floor is yellow elites. Okay. Is there... What is the next? Okay. I mean, there's tons of kills. So it's not the kills is not the problem. It's just no blues for me to like burn. Okay, finally there's a blue. But this is too late. This is too late. Like, the first floor was all yellow elites. Like, it was nice for a while, and then it just turned. Because this is going to take me too long to get 2 kills to set up now. And then it's going to get super hot with arcane. And there's a yellow here that I don't want to see. I needed them to be a double blue. Yep. Yep, it's too late. I can't play anything, it's too late. So, it started out nice, and then it turned very quickly. So, called it. Floor 1, Stinging Winds, exarchs or something like that. Really good for first 11% progress. Well, first like 8% progress. And then it turned real fast with 4 yellow elites consecutive. And then 4-2 follow up is Temple Firstborn with executioners and dark berserkers. It's okay too. Is okay too, but not but I lost too much time already. Time for the last 2 kills for my first Ring of Fire. Yep. So that's the analysis right there. 3 rifts fully analyzed already. 40th. Okay. Is this gonna be a pull the whole floor? Oh, it's red fallen. This might be pull the whole floor. First is yellow elite teleporter. Okay. Well, I can pull the whole floor and see what happens, but this might be a pull the whole floor situation. Yeah, I need a lot of the lesser fallens from this. And just pull the whole floor, like, just kite every elite pack together. And then, you know, hope for a double burn, but I don't know if there's enough fallens for 2 burns. Because if there's too many yellow elites, I gain nothing. I mean, this yellow elite is gonna follow me forever. I mean, unless I fly super fast, but this yellow elite is gonna follow me forever. This will be good time for what you call it, those 0 to 3% pylon, 4% pylons, because I need one of those. Yeah, I need one of those like crazy early pylons. So I need this 4%. Okay. Alright, 4%. There's another yellow elite. So I can kite everybody. This is a juggernaut though. So that's bad. This yellow elite's actually dying pretty quickly. I mean, considering how much I focused on red fallen. This yellow elite took like 1/4 health already. So now the stall begins, like, so I'm losing time here because there's nothing. There's like nothing to achieve here. So I've already walked probably like almost half the map. So when you have 2 yellow elite packs and you walked half the map just for like 60 something kills, you're basically done. Like, you're basically done. There's like no hope whatsoever. Because, first of all, I needed to kite the yellow elites all the way here, which is gonna be insane to do. On top of it, if you were to kill 2 yellow elites, you need 2 Ring of Fires. Meaning you need at least 1 illusionist or something that would have followed. Yeah. So, this might be a good burn for this blues, I guess, but need to tug. Over tugged a little bit. Okay, so what am I gonna do now after this, though? Like, that was a good burn, but yeah, I didn't get lucky with the early pylons. I mean, it is 10%, not 11 or 12. That's another problem. Like, the percentage matters. And like, I have to burn spots because I don't have enough kills. And I'm leaving them there for now. I mean, they might follow if I walk too close. But I need another Ring of Fire for those. I mean, I'm already behind time, so it's not like I'm gonna get anywhere. But this is like, since they're not here, I have a safer time, even though it would be nice to have worked on their health a little bit more as well. My time loss is so crazy. Like, it's so crazy. The time loss is so crazy. Yeah, I think I just need to go back to Paragons. This 149 time loss is just too much. And they're not presenting me with anything useful today already. Within the 5 runs I can see. It's happening again. Finally, one of the blues are out. See, I caught back the time. Like, you can see that I can catch the time. Right? But it's just so much investment. Like, and then the next pylon will be like a big deal. So watch. It's not gonna... I don't even think it's gonna pop up, right? It's medium spiders. So, this is good for building. But I need something. Okay, this spot is nice. This spot is crazy nice, actually. I mean, this is better than I thought. As a follow-up. Just saying. This was pretty good. I mean... my pylon is up here, I think. But now we have to pray for a good pylon. Yeah, we have to pray for a good pylon. Is there a pylon? Field. Field. Okay, it arrives. The problem is that this shield is gonna like break even but I have to like pull everything like right at the shield for this to work. So basically I'm wasting time for the time gain. And even then, I don't know if this is gonna work completely. It's gonna break even if it works. That wormhole is really bad, by the way, just now. And then the yellow elite is not gonna die from this anyway. Yep, it's not gonna die, so I'm just killing whatever else there is, and then I have to move. Naturally, this is a problem. But I'm gonna use this spot as a builder. This floor is actually not as bad as it would have been usually. This is the exit, but I'm gonna like make sure. Alright. I'm gonna use this spot to build my last stacks for the Ring of Fire and see what the next floor is like. And the next floor has to have a conduit, preferably at, the right percent. The yellow elites, it has a builder of the summoner skeletons, but I'm behind time for this to work. And then if this is a small floor, I'm doomed because it's a good floor, but if it ends up being a small floor, then the conduit may not be on this floor, which means then this is like a total waste of time. Okay, so is this a small floor? It might be like a run around. Yeah, it's a short one. Yeah, I don't have enough time. So the follow-ups were like okay. Like this is alright. Like, well, this is so tough because I cannot go farther, or else I'll risk burning something. But I don't think I can play anything else. Okay. And it's a Juggernaut Yellow Elite anyways. Of course there's a blue, but I'm so far behind time, it's not gonna do anything for me. Like, I didn't have time to look more. I had to burn. This is a reasonable floor though. It's just I don't have enough time. And this is really hard to see the beams with this mob set. Like you can't see. This is like miracle play if it worked. Because this mob set is really good at giving the Ring of Fires. Now, Miracle Conduit. Okay. So stupid. Is there a power? There isn't. Yeah. So like, I mean, it goes to show like there is a way to play it. It's just a little bit off. Like you can play it, right? It's there, but it's sad. Like I liked this one actually. It was fine for the most part. It just didn't show up sooner. I think I played this one okay for what I had. I quite like this keystone. This keystone was actually reasonable. Like this keystone basically showed that I needed the paragons in order to play this keystone better, but it was doable. The only problem would be that since it didn't give me power, uh, I needed like basically almost 3 minutes. I mean, I am dealing so much damage on Crusader King though, but I still need 3 minutes to have a more effective time. And I lost time and when I say 3 minutes, I lost a lot of time like everywhere. But Crusader King is actually dying, funny enough. So like Crusader King isn't that bad when you're not getting the ads like at all. Not that I don't want Oculus rings, I do, but it's when you see the ads though, it splits the damage too much and draws too much time. So in fact, this is like faster than what it would have been, but I still need 3 minutes total. Because I lost too much time. The illusionist saved me, by the way. The Mega Brute Mutters illusionist pack saved me, and then on top of it, I asked for the conduit. Right at some point, I asked for the conduit. Like since the middle part where I was already behind by 2 minutes, I asked for the conduit, and it actually arrived, but it arrived like a little late. Had it been a little sooner, I would have probably seen another pylon. Because it was so late, the follow-up pylon wasn't gonna show, but I tried checking for it, I mean, the only other one would be whether at the 98% that it would have appeared in another direction. No, this is too far beyond the check. So like the other spot had it would have been like here potentially, which it didn't anyways. So like this conduit appeared too late, but it was a good try. It was like I would say I needed 3 minutes. So it was a good like what was it? Floor. I'll go back to write this one because I was concentrating from the good um like mob sets. This floor was sad though because it could have been better. This was like a floor, like a waste of time floor, which is bad because had had this been the floor 3, I would have saved like 40 seconds because this floor was misleading. Like I said, it could have been a small floor and it was, right? So when it's a small floor, you don't get a pylon. And so if I played this out that I had not skipped, I mean, I should have skipped sooner. So I lost my own time of the 40 seconds I said. I lost 20 seconds due to my own error, right? So we can minus 20 seconds off from the 3 minutes, right? Had I played better. So let's see what the time is going to be. Let's see what the time is going to be. I'm going to go back later to write the floor counts and the minion and the monster types and all that. I'll do that later. But let's see what the time is.
I could get accustomed to that.
So 1726, right? So a 1459 is the max, right? So let's say that this was 1759. So let's take it as 18 minutes, right? Let's just take it as 18 minutes. Then 3 minutes would have been right. Because you don't actually want a 1459, even though a 1459 is a clear. So this was almost the 3 minute estimate that I said. But then I said minus 20 seconds, right? So meaning that I was off by 25 seconds in my estimate of that keystone. But I lost 40 seconds on the small floor, and then I lost seconds in the West March that I remember. Because remember, I had to set up the shield. I had to pull enough like medium spiders towards the shield. So I wasted setting up time, right? Which was like 30 seconds there, right? So to set that up, it's 30 seconds. I wasted time on that small pandemonium before this festering. This festering saved me, but it was like one floor too late, which always happens because if you don't have aura extremes, right, then ideal floors don't show up faster. You always get a really bad transition floor, even though that transition floor was actually pretty fast. So I wasted my own 20 seconds there. So it would have been 1706, right? And then you minus the time, right? Yeah. So it would have been 1706 as a max time instead of 1726. But it would still be what? 17 to 1459 is 2 minutes. So I still needed at least 2 minutes somewhere. But that was that I actually liked that one. That one was fine. 1726.199 or something. 40th try. Failed, but pretty good. Like I don't really mind about the 17 minutes so much. It was more about like how it happened. Like I want to see the playability of the keystone. The time is another problem altogether. If I can solve it in another like planning, or like find out how it can be solved better to get a better time than that. And of course, had I had more paragons, that would have been a lot closer. You know, it would probably have been like a 1625 instead of a 1726. Because if I have like maybe 75 more paragon, it would have been 16 something. Because without power, the Rift Guardian's gonna still take my time. I actually bought some time because Crusader King didn't have a chance to proc his minions. Now, of course, if I get Oculus Rings that are ideal, I will gain damage that way. But if I don't get ideal Oculus Rings and he moves away like with his swings and teleports, then it doesn't matter. Then in fact, I drained him faster with the freezing. Because freezing is 100% crit, right? So I gain time from the 100% crit due to the freezing of him. So you have to outweigh the Oculus Ring's potential because he can easily teleport away from your Oculus Ring position. So yeah, that was fun though. That was fun. That actually like was actually more interesting than those other ones that didn't see anything. 41. Okay, plague tunnels. This is a long floor with a early donut that does nothing. Okay, so it's a multi-donut that does nothing. But let's, try and just kill some stuff on the way since it seems like a multi-donut, so it's not like that crazy to play. When it's a multi-donut, you have a chance at the early pylons. I mean, unless this is the only 2 donuts, that would be another problem. But let's go ahead and get some progress percent. And for me, what I like to do most is actually to always find a way to get your first, like, progression to generate momentum for your push attempt. On the keystone, by the way. On the keystone. Because you have to feel good first, right? You have to feel good about it. Otherwise, people feel bad about it is because they don't like the map, right? I mean, you don't want bad follow-ups anyways. But if you feel bad even at the start, you don't know how you want to play, then you leave anyway, right? So, for me, it's like when I try these keystones, though, it's because I can feel good even to get 5%, right? And then you move quickly if you think that you cannot get progress. So when you can't get progress, you move to a different spot that you can get progress. It's the same thing with group play. You find the best intersection, or you have a support barb that creates the intersection for you, right? So you pull everything to one spot that feels like efficient. So ideally, I'm using progression percent to generate momentum such that until I see a problem, then then it's a turning point. And a lot of times, rifts are like that. It turns very quickly. So now I'm still feeling okay, but you can see that it already turned because, like I said, it could be the 2 donuts only. And it did happen. It happened to be the 2 donuts, and then it ended. Right? So this is the dead end that could have been a pylon spawn had I had more progression. But I don't think I wanted the pylon anyway. Even though there is a blue, I just don't have enough kills to bother with a pylon here because I don't even know what the next follow-up is. Because if the next follow-up is great, I don't want a dead pylon to be like the best pylon. So for example, it could have been a shield or a conduit. Then the conduit would be bad because I would waste too much time here. So this is how I prefer. It's not like I don't look for open maps. Just now I had an open map. The battlefield didn't work. It was Red Fallen that didn't work. So it's not about looking or not looking for open maps. You still need, like, if you're playing the Ring of Fire, you still need the kills for the Ring of Fire. Yeah, I had battlefields earlier. You can rewind if you can, or you can go look. The VOD should be live. The broadcast should be like, it's already there. I don't wait to publish it. You can go back. I had battlefield. I had festering just now. Literally. Just now 4-4 was festering. But it was 4-4. It was too late. I even took time to explain. So you can go back. It's literally like, what, 5 minutes ago? Yeah, no problem. I'm just telling you. I always take time to overanalyze something. So it's always there. So I do look for them. I skipped floor 3, which was Pandemonium. It was a small Pandemonium. I even questioned it. Like, was it going to be a small Pandemonium? And if it is, then I don't get my conduit that I would want as my follow-up pylon from the shield pylon play in the West March. The West March was fine, actually, because it was medium spiders. So, like, you can play. It was medium spiders. So the blues here are too split. So now I have kills, but are there anything else? And then I got a yellow. And there's a shielding yellow. So, like, I can play these chargers, but it's not good enough. And these blues are, like, too far from that other one. So here there's a potential pylon. So now, the issue is, do I want to, like, try to, like, get progress percent and spawn this pylon? The only part that doesn't work for me is that I'm going to waste more time here, and it's very deadly because I need 6 kills. While having 6 kills, there's Waller and Arcane Beams. So the game turned on me right away. Like, they knew I was going to, like, start skipping the floor. But then they give me the biggest plague tunnels that would stall the game. And then what's the pylon gonna be? Like, it's gonna be something stupid, right? So you work so hard. So even in the open maps, you can work so hard, but then if the first pylon is channeling, it's as stupid as a bad map that did nothing. And then you gotta work hard again for the second pylon. So it doesn't matter. You get the fields, but you get channeling in there, you're screwed. So it's not about that. It's about how you can get to kills to spawn your Ring of Fires. You have to get the kills. You can't just rely on the map. The map can only do so much, but if the first pylon is bad, it's just as bad. That's why Auric streams are bad. Because you can get channeling and speed. Then what? Oh, you're like, oh, I guess they gave me an Oryx. Okay, so they gave the conduit. See, they gave the conduit. Now, if they give the conduit, the other problem is that there's not, because this is a smaller map, you know, you can't play it very well. So yes, you want a better map, but if you get a better map with not a conduit, then it's just as stupid. So the problem is this conduit, though, is only going to break even. That's the bad news. And then this Ring of Fire is useless. Because this illusionist is going to die to the conduit anyway. See, it just broke even. See? And then channeling. Now, what would have been a better pylon there, you ask? Speed. Speed would have been better, because then I can skip this floor faster. I'm not killing this yellow elite, by the way. I was just trying to get the Bogan um the Bogan chargers that were there. So like I broke even with the conduit. And I said that the Ring of Fire was useless because the conduit was gonna kill the yellow elite anyway. So now I'm using the Bogans, right, to build my kills. But I'm not gonna use the Ring of Fire on this one. I have to pray that the next floor has like 2 or 3 blues. But then I also need to pray that the next floor has killable stuff because I need another Ring of Fire because I already used the conduit. Like, I already used the conduit. The conduit was bare minimum. Like, it broke even. You don't want a conduit to break even only. You want a conduit that you can actually gain time. Like, minimum at this point, you need a conduit that has like 2.5 minutes or greater. Preferably 4 minutes. Okay, so now I need to move and go to the next floor. Okay, so it cut my time with this one. So this would have been a pylon spot, but I don't actually want the pylon here either. Now, see, that was a good skip. Now, this is an open map, right? But the only problem with this, okay, is that it's going to be it's going to be very long for me to build the next Ring of Fire. So that was a good skip, right? I skipped the floor as fast as I could. This is the Festering Woods. This is Lacunae Slashers. Now, the problem with this one is that it's going to take me very long to build the next Ring of Fire. This first Ring of Fire was built from the previous floor. Now, there's only one blue elite here so far. And I have to burn here. Now, I can be greedy and check, right? But if there's nothing, I burn the pylon spot that I need help with. The other problem is that since I burn pylon spots, then further and further away that I move to, I need 2 pylon spots now. Because I need power and shield. So if I burn this next spot already, right, that means my shield's going to be later and later. And that's what happened earlier, right before you arrived, is that this does not enough. It's going to break even if it kills enough. Okay, I purposely did that because I wanted to pull the Lacunaes into here. But now they're like a problem because they may not die. Okay, they came back. Yeah, this is only going to break even. See? It almost died. Okay, it broke even. Okay. So I need a shield somewhere. But the question is, how am I going to build this next Ring of Fire? I have a problem here. I need to build the Ring of Fire fast. I don't have time. Well, it's not just the pulling problem of the Sherma belt, by the way. It's not just the pulling problem. It's the Remnant of Pain that's freezing things too. So this season has a problem with the Remnant of Pain as well. It's not just whether they're blinding or not, and it's not about that. I actually want the blind because I need to stay in the Ring of Fire. I need to be able to tank. So any crowd control during a Ring of Fire is good. Because I don't want them to move or hit me that procs me further. So this is a big delay. And this is illusionist, so this is good. There's only one last chance here. And then I need power. So at this point, I need power pylon as my last check. But here's the other problem. This might overkill. This might overkill wrongly, and then I can't check for my pylon. Because this might get me over 99%, which it will. So like for this kind of situation, the blind is good. Because I need to spawn the Ring of Fire now. It's too late. It's already too late. But I need to spawn regardless. Okay? So I need the power pylon to be the next check. But where is my Ring of Fire? Like, this is taking too long. I've been saying it. Okay. So this Ring of Fire... Right? I don't know if I can get even 99% like I said. Yep, I couldn't. But let's check if there's a power pylon. There isn't. They didn't even give it to me. Because this blue wasn't gonna die either. I mean, I can go further and check again soon. But I have to avoid fully grabbing orbs, which is insane. Because it's too hot. See? I even tried. I needed to take the other route. I needed to take the other route. Like, the other way of the rock, of the map. So, like, earlier, right? I couldn't. I mean, the only other way was that I already walked as far as I could. So earlier, right? I already walked as far as I could. I was trying not to grab all the orbs because like I said, had they given me 99 faster with that previous Ring of Fire, it would be even more hot to even check for my power pylon because shield would be too late already. If I got a shield earlier, then it would be easier to spawn, but the problem was that it would overkill, and then I couldn't check for power as my final pylon anyway. And then over at this spot, where I miswalked because, I mean, it was so much pressure, right? To run so far away, any extra kills would have been also just as bad, because the Ring of Fire was still there. So, it was still going to be killing monsters that could have been pulled into that Ring of Fire. But the only way to play that was a power pylon. But I didn't have enough time anyway, regardless. Yeah, it has always been so basically, right? The 3 pylon order is what you need ever since 146. Like ever since GR 146, that pylon order was always the case. Shield first or conduit first depends. Because if you got a shield first, but you don't have enough, so in order to play a shield first, yeah. So in order to play a shield first, right, is that you have to have things in proximity, or you don't waste time to set up before the shield. So meaning to say that ideally, what you want is you set up, like, while you're already killing stuff progressively, you see a shield pylon, and then the shield pylon is helping you to kill the remaining things that you weren't able to kill, right? And then in addition to that, you pull extra stuff to make the shield like as good as a conduit, so to speak, right? That's the best way a shield appears to be, because if you have a random shield that you have to run everywhere, it's also like I'm not dying, right? Not all the time anyways. So if I'm not dying, I don't need a shield. But what I need the shield to do is either help me kill the remaining stuff or help me to do more
than what it would do, as though it's like a conduit play. Now, conduit is better than the shield because I'm already using fortress, right? So, of course, though, the fortress shields doesn't stay up. So if you want a shield to be perfect, it needs to do as much as a conduit does. So it could be conduit and shield in a different situation, but like you said there, yes, a shield would be better first because the conduit is going to be only better if it's a central spot. And then the power pylon, it now depends. The power pylon cannot be too early and cannot be too late. Now, if it's too late, then you need to have enough time built before a Rift Guardian spawns. So meaning that you need around, like, ideally the conduit should buy you like 4 minutes in case a power pylon is late. And even then, there are two options to play a power pylon. Because one, you can play the power pylon first, right? You just play it, but you can also kite away the elite that spawns, right? Because you can despawn it. You can despawn it. I mean, it's not like other games where you pull aggro, it will aggro you all the way back to the next town, right? Or next map before you disappear. Then, those kind of games is like the aggro stays with you for, like, quote unquote forever, right? It's kind of like PvP. If somebody camped and saw you, they're gonna follow you to make sure you die, kind of thing, right? But a power pylon, you can actually try to despawn the elite, right? So the best part about the conduit, though, is actually that you get enough time regardless. And then the danger would be just like earlier. I was trying to move away as far as I could because that second ring of fire was gonna, like, ruin my check if I had more time. Yeah. So it's just like the little things I prefer, like analyzing and making sure you do it right, other than just one clear. Like, so when people make videos, right? Like, yes, everyone has a short attention span. You want the video to be the clear only. But I don't want just the one clear kind of video, because now you have another issue. How many keystones did that person take, right? Of course, it could be the first or extreme, like really fast, and the person did it. Great. But what if it wasn't? How many or extremes, like, I mean, in a row, did that person miss out? Meaning, like, they tried the or extremes, but it still didn't work. So then they have to camp for the next or extreme, right? Because the or extremes, like I said earlier, and you kind of agree that sometimes there's channeling and speed and channeling, right? It's not always the conduit version of Oryx, right? So that's a lot of the problem. Do you know how long it will take you to burn down a 149 with no ads and no pylon? So just now, the Crusader King, I froze, like, the Remnant of Pain froze it, which guarantees the 100% crit, which is better than some Oculus rings had the Crusader King spawned his minions. And somehow he didn't actually get to spawn any minion at all. I think not even once. Just now. And it took like almost 3 minutes on the boss. Well, maybe 2 minutes on the boss. Because I froze him. So he's an ads boss that isn't so bad if you can take out the equation of him wasting time. Because the arrows would split damage, right? So, yeah, and 3 minutes is not bad, because a lot of the Rift Guardians you fight, whether it's 149 or 150, it takes like 4 minutes plus. Usually. Especially Amber, for example. Like Amber with the final phase of the Fire Shamans. So then, first of all, Fire Shamans are, like, annoying. We know that already as a minion, as a monster type. Yeah. Yeah. So that was okay, but again, that was just sad because I could have, checked for a power and my direction was bad and the timing of the second ring of fire at the end was bad because it could easily have gotten me 1 or 2% anyway from Lacuni slashers and the death maulers. And I called the other ones death maulers because I come from Diablo 2 with the frigid highlands, the blood run, like the Act 5, like when you go outside of town, that map has death maulers, and I call that death mauler and Lacuni slashers. I mix the two games together. So that was bad. Festering woods with the last pylon check. Yeah, it was too late though. Anyway, like I couldn't kill the Rift Guardian in 1 minute.